Ever wondered how 13 small colonies transformed into the powerful United States of America we know today? It's a sweeping tale filled with ambition, struggle, and triumph. A tale that takes us from untouched wilderness to bustling cities, from disparate colonies to a unified nation. It's a journey that's shaped not just a country, but the course of human history. So how did it all happen? How did this incredible transformation occur? Join us on this journey through time as we explore the formation of the United States of America. If you're new to our channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. To understand the formation of the USA, we must first travel back to a time before colonization. Before the first Europeans set foot on what is now known as the United States, the land was already rich with diverse cultures, languages, and societies. This was the era of the indigenous peoples, the original inhabitants of this vast land. They were not one homogeneous group, but a collection of many distinct tribes, each with its unique traditions, beliefs, and ways of life. In the far north, the Inuit people adapted to the harsh, icy landscapes, mastering survival in some of the most extreme conditions on Earth. They crafted tools from bones and stones, hunted seals and whales, and built semi-subterranean homes to keep warm in the unforgiving Arctic cold. Further south, the Great Plains were home to tribes like the Sioux and the Cheyenne. Their societies were nomadic, following the massive herds of bison that roamed the grasslands. They were skilled horsemen and hunters, living in teepees that could be quickly assembled and disassembled as they moved across the plains. In the lush forests of the east, tribes such as the Iroquois and the Algonquin thrived. They developed complex political systems, and their societies were often matrilineal, with power and property passed down through the female line. They lived in longhouses, cultivated crops, and developed intricate trade networks. Further to the southwest, the Pueblo people built remarkable multi-story houses out of adobe and stone. Their societies were sedentary, with a strong focus on agriculture, especially the cultivation of corn, beans, and squash, the three sisters that formed the backbone of their diet. These diverse cultures, languages, and traditions formed a rich tapestry that covered the land from coast to coast, long before the first European sails appeared on the horizon. The indigenous peoples of North America had a deep connection with the land, a profound respect for nature, and complex social and political structures. But everything changed with the arrival of European settlers. The year was 1492 when Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer, set foot on the New World. This historical moment marked the beginning of an era of European exploration and eventual colonization. The promise of a land rich with resources and potential was irresistible to the Europeans, especially the English, who were eager to extend their influence and power. An ambitious Englishman, Sir Walter Raleigh, attempted to establish the first English colony on Roanoke Island in present-day North Carolina in the late 16th century. However, the colony mysteriously vanished, earning it the name the Lost Colony. Despite this setback, the English were undeterred. The early 17th century saw the successful establishment of Jamestown, Virginia, the first permanent English colony. Life was hard for these early settlers, with harsh winters and conflict with native tribes, but they persevered. They introduced cash crops like tobacco, which brought prosperity and attracted more settlers. In the following years, more colonies were established. These included Plymouth in Massachusetts, founded by the Pilgrims fleeing religious persecution, and Pennsylvania, founded by the Quakers seeking religious freedom. Each colony had its unique character, but all were under English control. The arrival of the Europeans wasn't just about establishing colonies. It was a time of tremendous cultural exchange. The settlers brought with them their languages, religions, and traditions, shaping the cultural landscape of the New World. However, this wasn't a peaceful process. The settlers often clashed with the native tribes, leading to conflicts and wars. By the mid-18th century, there were 13 English colonies along the eastern seaboard of North America, stretching from New Hampshire in the north to Georgia in the south. The 13 colonies, though under British rule, were about to embark on a path of their own. Their journey would be filled with challenges and triumphs, leading to the birth of a nation that would eventually become the United States of America. The year 1775 marked the beginning of a rebellion that would change the course of history. As tensions between the 13 colonies and the British Crown reached a boiling point, the Revolutionary War, or American War of Independence, erupted. The causes were many and complex, but at the heart of it all was the colonists' growing desire for self-governance and freedom from British rule. The Stamp Act of 1765 was one such spark that ignited the fire of revolution. This act imposed a direct tax on the colonies for the first time, leading to widespread protest. The rallying cry of "No taxation without representation" echoed throughout the colonies, marking a significant shift in the colonists' mindset. Fast forward to the year 1775, the first major conflict of the war, the Battle of Lexington and Concord, took place. It signaled the start of an 8-year-long struggle for independence. The British forces, also known as the Redcoats, were met with fierce resistance from the American militia, colloquially referred to as the Minutemen. Come 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted, drafted by Thomas Jefferson. It boldly proclaimed the colonies' separation from Great Britain. This was a pivotal moment in the war, a clear statement of the colonies' intent to form an independent nation. In the following years, key battles unfolded, such as the Battle of Saratoga, which marked a turning point in favor of the American forces. The French, seeing the potential of an American victory, joined the war as allies, providing crucial support. But it was the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, where American and French forces successfully besieged the British, that signaled the end of major combat operations. The war, however, officially ended 2 years later. With the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783, a new nation was born. This treaty recognized the sovereignty of the United States over the territory bounded roughly by what is now Canada to the north, Florida to the south, and the Mississippi River to the west. A war that began as a fight against taxation had become a revolution, leading to the birth of a nation that would rise to become a global superpower. The newly independent states now faced the challenge of becoming one unified nation. Imagine 13 children, each with their own unique personalities and quirks, suddenly having to live under one roof. That was the predicament of the 13 original states. They had fought together for independence, but now they had to figure out how to live together as one nation. One of the first steps towards unity was the drafting of the Constitution. The year was 1787. Delegates from the states gathered in Philadelphia to discuss the creation of a stronger central government. The result was the United States Constitution, a document that has since been the bedrock of American democracy. This Constitution established a federal system of government. It was a delicate balancing act designed to distribute power between the national government and the states. The aim was to avoid the concentration of power that they had experienced under British rule, yet ensure that the new nation had a strong enough central authority to function effectively. However, the road to unity was not a smooth one. There were struggles and disagreements. Some states feared that a strong central government would infringe on their rights. Others felt that without a strong central authority, the new nation would fall into chaos and disunity. These debates led to the creation of the first two political parties in America, the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. The process of ratification was another hurdle. It took nearly 3 years for all 13 states to ratify the Constitution. It was a time of intense debates, impassioned speeches, and political maneuvering. But in the end, the Constitution was ratified, symbolizing the birth of the United States of America as we know it today. The formation of the United States of America was not an overnight event, but a process that took many years. It was a journey filled with trials and tribulations, but also triumphs and victories. And it is a journey that continues to this day, as the nation continues to evolve and grow. From 13 colonies, the United States began to grow, both in size and power. The early 19th century was a time of expansion and exploration for the young nation. The hunger for new lands led to what is known as the westward expansion. With the promise of prosperity and a fresh start, pioneers braved the untamed wilderness, crossing mountains and plains to reach the Western territories. But the expansion wasn't only driven by the footsteps of the pioneers. In fact, one of the most significant land deals in history, the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the size of the United States overnight. In 1803, for a mere $15 million, President Thomas Jefferson purchased this vast land from France, stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. Yet, the growth of the United States was not without its struggles and conflicts. The desire for expansion clashed with the rights and territories of the Native Americans, leading to a series of conflicts known as the Indian Wars. The issue of slavery also led to tensions between the North and South, culminating in the Civil War. This was a dark and bloody chapter in American history, but it also led to the abolition of slavery and a more unified nation. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were marked by the Industrial Revolution, which transformed the United States from an agrarian society into an industrial power. This period also saw the influx of millions of immigrants, adding to the country's cultural diversity and workforce. Then came the World Wars, which further solidified the United States' position on the global stage. Despite the devastation, these wars also led to significant advancements in technology, industry, and military power. By the 20th century, the United States had become a world power. From a modest group of 13 colonies through expansion, conflict, innovation, and resilience, the United States had grown into one of the most influential nations in the world. Fast forward to the present day, the United States stands as a powerful and influential nation. From its humble beginnings as a collection of 13 colonies, the United States has grown into a nation of 50 states and a federal district. It's a country that spans a vast and diverse landscape, from the majestic Rockies and the expansive Great Plains to the vibrant cities pulsating with life and culture. The United States is a leader in many aspects of life, from technology and innovation to entertainment and the arts. It is home to some of the world's most renowned institutions and companies, leading the charge in advancements that shape our lives. It's the land of Silicon Valley, Hollywood, Wall Street, and Broadway, a melting pot of cultures and ideas that continue to push the boundaries of what's possible. But the United States is more than just its economic and cultural prowess. It's a nation built on the ideals of freedom, democracy, and opportunity, values that continue to guide its path in the world. It's a place where dreams can become reality, where an idea can transform into a global phenomenon. In the realm of international affairs, the United States plays a crucial role. As one of the world's superpowers, it's a key player in shaping global policies and maintaining international peace and security. It's a nation that's often at the forefront of humanitarian efforts, leading initiatives to combat global challenges like climate change, poverty, and disease. But like any nation, the United States is not without its challenges. From tackling social issues to navigating political landscapes, it's a nation in constant evolution, continually striving to uphold the ideals upon which it was founded. As we look at the United States today, we see a nation that's come a long way from its colonial past. It's a country that's grown and evolved, shaped by its history and driven by its ideals. A nation that's made an indelible mark on the world stage and continues to influence the course of global events. The journey of the USA, from 13 small colonies to a powerful nation, is indeed a fascinating tale. There you have it, the story of how the USA was formed. If you liked the video, please give us a like and subscribe to USA Revealed for more videos like this one. See you soon in our new video.